Alright, ladies and gents, well, I got banned from TikTok lives there a few days ago. Oh, guys. What do you do? What do you do, huh? You know why? And actually, guys, we're going to be back with more TikToks, by the way, lives. I think they're actually very, very good. There's been a couple of stories that have come out of this. In fact, one of them went just fucking nuclear there the other day when we were recording. Check out the other podcast, guys, that I did on... It's called Live Breakup Over Podcast. I think that's the title, but it's something like that. And why did I get banned, first of all? Well, I'm on a week ban because I did have a go. And before anybody jumps, let me just explain exactly who I'm having a go off here. I'm having a go off the people that use gender identity as a power play. The people that use all these type of scenarios as power plays. Because it's not fucking right, guys. In fact, I remember I created a TikTok. In fact, this was my biggest amount of views I've ever had. It was just under 1 million people watched this one. And this was about a year ago. Because I remember somebody actually wrote in to me, emailed me, and they asked, what are my thoughts on gender identity? And it was just the way they phrased it. And you could, and for me, I had a feeling that these people were trying to set me up, or this person, whoever it was trying to set me up. Will I fuck up? Will I say something wrong? Well, number one, I didn't say anything wrong because my honest truth on it, and it's the truth, because you know yourselves, guys, if you tell the truth about something, there's no effort involved because you're just coming from an easy place. You're speaking your mind. And this is exactly what I think. I don't give a shit if people call themselves peanut butter sandwich. Okay? That's their new gender identity. Peanut butter sandwich. Now, I know I'm having a bit of fun here, but, you know, I wouldn't give a damn if it actually went that far. Now, I would probably roll my eyes up to heaven and go, really? You're calling yourself peanut butter sandwich now? Like, oh, Jesus Christ. But hey, okay, I'll bite. And if I genuinely believe that the person was actually being serious, no, Peter, I do call myself peanut butter sandwich. That's my new gender identity. You know what I'd do? I'd jump right on board and respect their wishes. 100%. 100%. And this is where the conversation gets even worse, because I got a random phone call after my social media post, right? Now, anyway, to finish off. So I said this, guys. I said, look, I don't give a damn what anybody calls themselves. It's none of my business. It's not, it would be selfish of me to actually say that it's my business, because it's not my business. I respect people's boundaries or their wishes, etc. As long as they're telling the truth, right? Like if they genuinely believe something, that's okay. Fuck. What I've got a problem with is these people. Now, like I said, not everybody, but it's the people that use it as a power play. Because, in other words, if you expect me to change my gender pronouns or identity to suit you, now we got a fucking problem. Because, hey, buddy, I'm going to respect that you want to be called a peanut butter sandwich. You should show me the exact same respect, and I ain't changing any fucking thing for anybody. Nobody. I want to be called this, you respect my wishes. You want to be called that, I'll respect your wishes. And I remember it because this did get a bit of traction, as we said, like 1 million views, just under 1 million views. And a lot of people agreed with me because, hey, you know, we're on about respect here, right? And it's a good thing. It's a good thing. And I even remember I got a phone call. I don't know where this person got my phone number. I think I might have left it up on social media now, which I did take down. But it was by mistake. And the problem here, you see, is that this person calls me out of the blue. Now, I'm like, hello, yeah, how can I help you? And I'm thinking it's a business call for my other business, right? So the person says, yeah, listen, Peter, I saw your post. I went, I'm sorry, are we talking about social media here? And they went, yeah, that's right. I went, okay. Now I'm kind of thinking, what the hell? Because they were very, very upset on the phone here. So next thing anyway, they said, look, yeah, it was about the gender identity and you're not going to call yourself, you're not going to change your pronouns around. And I went, where's this person going with this? So I'm like, okay. And I said, how can I help you? If I can help you. They said, you should take the video down. I went, what? Excuse me? I should take the video down? I said, I'm sorry, is this a wind-up? Is this a joke? Do I know you? Are you taking the piss? They went, no, I'm serious, you should take it down. So I basically told him to go fuck himself. Who the fuck do you think you are trying to tell me what to do? And even worse, like if I was actually having a go off gender identity in general as a conversation, now I'd totally understand somebody coming for me, because then I'm just being disrespectful to some things, right? Which is not nice. That's not a good thing. That's not a classy thing. But the thing is, I wasn't having a go off gender identity. I was having a go off people who try to bully their way so you will change your gender identities. And this, like, guys, it was a classic case of somebody trying to actually use it to their advantage. Why on earth would somebody try and call me when I'm showing absolute and utter respect to people out there? Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's a crazy world in which we live in, guys. And this person clearly wants to use gender identity or this or that or whatever the person would call something and use it to their advantage so then they can get their way and bully other people. Now, look, we see this in different types of living anyway, where you've got somebody... I mean, at the end of the day, this is about bullying. This is about dominating people in a awful, sick fucking way, I have to admit. A sick fucking way. Of course, not everybody. And I understand too, like if you have a straight person, bisexual person, if you've got a trans person out there, and if they're getting bullied because of their gender, well then that's a problem for them. And that's a horrible, horrible fucking thing for them to go through. And my heart would go out to anybody with that sort of scenario. But you know, it still comes down to bullying, and it doesn't matter whether it's gender identity or it's, what else? Bullying in the workplace, right? Because you know the way sometimes even like if you start off a new job, right, and all of a sudden you're the newbie, people can get bullied, right? Or they can get taken advantage of. Same fucking shit we're dealing with in that type of scenario. This happens all the fucking time. And it's not right. It is not fucking right. And people use these stupid things to have goes. And I'm not saying stupid things, guys, as in the gender identity is. Absolutely not. But they're using these stupid scenarios to fucking get their way. And it's fucking wrong. It's shitty. And that drives me nuts. And I think actually, even if you saw my post, guys, on this, I think it was about a year and a half ago now. I think you would have been the same. I mean, most people who were commenting going, I know, you can't say anything anymore, the world's got weird, this and that, and people are fed up with this. Fed up. People aren't fed up with you saying that you're a gender identity, you're X, A, B, C, whatever you call yourself. They're not fed up with that. They're fed up with people trying to cancel others, trying to dominate. That's what we're fucking fed up with. And then a lot of these people, not everybody, because some people have a legit reason to be upset about that they're calling themselves a certain gender, right? If they're getting bullied now, okay? If they're getting bullied. People are using it way too much these days. And everybody's a victim. Oh, everyone's a victim these days. It's quite incredible, actually, how much people use this victim card out there. Jesus Christ, man. So anyway, my point, guys, is that I did have a go off these people, the people that are bullying others, right? So I will be back with more TikTok lives, and I'm normally going to try and do it from 11 a.m. Irish time, London GMT time. and we're going to try and do it as a routine. We'll be online. And even, guys, speaking of TikTok lives, I'll be back on track tomorrow. So that's, at least it's only a week ban for now. Unless, what else am I going to say now that's going to upset everybody? I mean, people just can't say anything these days. It's fucking incredible. And it was funny, or not funny, sorry, but it was funny that we're talking about this. Even a few days ago when I was doing my TikTok, we had a live breakup. I mean, this is a classic case of you just cannot trust every single, quote, best friend of your partner. In other words, there was a guy here who had a girlfriend, and he's on the TikTok live watching. And I love the TikTok lives because we're getting the live feedback as we go, right? And you don't know where the conversation's going to end up. Like, guys, it wasn't scripted. It wasn't planned. There was nothing to do with any pre-planning on this. This is exactly why I like the TikTok lives. You don't know what's going to come up. It's all just winging it. And it's great. Now, it's great in terms of, yes, you don't know, and it's unpredictable, and there can be some juicy gossip. Now, horrible for this guy, because even though he did feel good afterwards, so at least there was a good happy ending here. So basically the guy, and it's on my podcast there, guys, it's out already, and the poor guy, he's got a girlfriend, then she's got the male best friend. Now again, like I said, guys, you can't label everybody this, right? Because I do believe there is some genuine friendships that can happen and exist to this day once people are friends, like girl and guy are friends. I honestly do believe that, because I was in that situation. But there's a lot of people that got the angle. So this guy, anyway, he's saying this all out loud as, sorry, not out loud. He's typing all this out now in the live feed a few days ago. And we're trying to get a lot of information, and lots thrown at us now, right, at this stage. And he's asking, what do we all think? And he's telling us that he's got the male friend, she's got the male best friend, sorry. He doesn't know, he's not sure about him, he's not sure about her. He doesn't know where this is going to go. Like, for instance, even that night, he wasn't meeting up with his girlfriend, she was going out with that male best friend for a cup of coffee or something in a chat. Now, look, if you end up having a boyfriend or girlfriend, and before you've ever come along, they've got a best friend, well then, you can't say anything. You can't do anything. I mean, you just hope that this person doesn't have an angle and they're trying to sleep with your partner here. But we went along anyway, and he's telling me that it's just it's not right. Then we're trying to figure out, what does the guy do? Now, of course, we're not trying to convince him to go this way or break up with her or do this. Absolutely not. But we are all calling out bullshit here on the podcast. Like, oh, I don't know, man. Now, to me, guys, this is one big fucking red flag, okay? Very big red flag. The male best friend turned around and said to the girly friend, the girlfriend of this guy, he said that not a lot of, he goes, most guys hate him in the world. Right? And I asked the guy who was on, right, the boyfriend, I said, well, hang on a second, what do you think of this guy? Do you think he's an asshole? Like, maybe he is an asshole and nobody likes him, but someone likes him, the girlfriend, and for whatever reason, we don't know. So I said, well, actually, what do you think of him? He goes, actually, he's fairly nice, in fairness to him. He does put most of attention on the girlfriend when when the three of them are with each other. And I went, okay, this guy's full of shit. And I'll tell you why. Because, guys, I had a girlfriend back in the day who was bisexual. I thought she was a bi. Then I end up, she's a lesbian. She has no best friends who are girls out there. Okay? She always used to bitch and moan and complain that she never had any girly friends. She was kind of acting like, poor me, the victim. But yet, I have this girly friend of mine, never was with her, she's just part of the group, right? And this girly friend of mine actually tried to get to be friendly with my girlfriend at the time. And I'll never forget it, because my girlfriend at the time was always going on, you know, poor little victim, no girls really like her, and it's this and it's that. And yet this girl was actually trying to be really good friends with my girlfriend at the time. And she was like, and she even said to me at one stage, she goes, you know, Peter, is everything okay with the girlfriend here? Like, and I said, well, what's up? And she goes, well, yeah, I contacted her there a few times, and she even said it to me outright, you know? Is everything all right? I think this girl, she didn't say this to me, but I think this girl actually felt, Jesus, does Peter's girlfriend actually like me? Does she hate me? Like, what's going on here? Now, guys, why am I calling bullshit, right? Because this girl, a friend of mine back in the day, if she really, really, truly felt that she wanted a girly friend in her life, right, and she really missed it, don't you think that she would have opened up to this girl? Of course she would have. Of course she would have. Because not only that, you could argue, well, maybe she didn't want to get close to your friend in case anything happens. Well, that wasn't the case either, because she did try and get kind of close enough to this other girl who was my friend's girlfriend. So, selected friendship? Anyway, point is this, she never had a close girly friend. She always had guy friends, and some of them were gay, some of them were straight, but always guy friends. Always complaining that she couldn't get a girly friend, right, because no one liked her. All of a sudden I hear this from your man on the podcast, on the live TikTok, and I said, uh-oh, this reminds me of something. And not just that, guys. If he's that much of an asshole and guys don't fucking like this guy, well, how come the boyfriend actually thinks he's quite sound, like he's a nice guy? And let's not forget, he wouldn't be coming in with an angle of, oh, I really want to make a buddy here. Like if anything, he would have gone the other way. He would have looked for an excuse to not like this guy. And in fairness to the guy, the boyfriend at the time, in fairness to him, he actually didn't. He actually was like, oh, he's nice enough, in fairness. So, people that complain about this type of shit, and look, maybe, just maybe, there's a chance that the person's actually telling the truth and people just don't like the guy or girl or whoever, right? And they can't get a friend of the opposite sex, or the same sex. But I would have a very, very, very big red light, red flag flying here if somebody does come out like that. But yet they're friends with your girlfriend. You know? Come on. Or the guy was a closet gay. We even said that on the podcast the other day. But guess what happened then? As we're recording, the guy actually comes back and he goes, guys, I just came off the podcast, the recording here. I'm back. I just broke up my girlfriend. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? He did it as we were speaking on the podcast. And then he got a text message from the best friend. And the best friend said, don't worry, I'll keep her in good company. Wink. Motherfucker. Now, the guy is a bit... Actually, no, not a bit. He's completely and utterly stupid because the boyfriend could still easily go back to the girlfriend that he just broke up with and show her the messages. You know, show her the messages. Then you've just exposed that guy. So I did even say that to him. I said, listen, buddy, yeah, stay away from this woman. Stay away from her, absolutely, because this is not good. And you know what? Just keep hanging out. Just hold on to those messages, though, please. Hold on to those messages. Let's see what happens, because I wouldn't trust it fully either. You know? Wouldn't trust it fully either. So that was the podcast a few days ago. But guys, you know what? It's interesting. If you listen to the Formula 1, that's great. But if you listen to the dating as well, or just the dating, as you know, many of you, I do a podcast, a monthly podcast. At the end of the month, wacky dating stories. Well, Jesus Christ, I might have to put this to bi-weekly or weekly now, because some of the stories that are coming in are just fucking unbelievable. You know, I might have to do a weekly one. Don't know where to go with this. And here's another one here. Guy's wife refuses to end her affair because she enjoys the sex too much. Jesus Christ. And what should he do? Really, buddy? Don't we all know the answer to this one? You need to get rid of this woman. She won't get rid of him because the sex is too good. Can you imagine? Can you fucking imagine turning around to your husband or wife and saying that, and you knowing that they're off and the sex, they're having like unbelievable sex? Now, do we know the rest of the story here? They're saying they're both fit and good looking. They get on very well and we enjoy holidays with our daughter. Oh my God. But she won't stop the affair because she's joined the sex. I'm extremely hurt by this. Well, yeah, no shit. I would like to do couples therapy to try to work things out, but she refuses as she thinks it to be a waste of time. Desires can never come back. Oh, wow. There you go, huh? Listen, buddy, if you're still out there listening to this, I am so fucking sorry that you're going through this. That is horrendous. Jesus. And I'm even trying to imagine myself in that scenario with some of my ex-girlfriends, and if they turned around and said that to me, oh my God. You'd find me slashing my wrists, man. That would be pure and utter fucking torture. Now, we don't know the rest of the whole ins and outs on this one, but Jesus, listen, buddy. You've got to get away for your own health here. You know? You've got to get away for your own health. That is... And you know what? I do know, and look, I don't know this guy, okay? But I do know that there's some people out there that actually kind of get turned on by some things like this. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like that kind of couple where you could have a couple and they go to a prostitute, right? And the wife wants to watch the husband have sex with a prostitute, or the other way around. The husband wants to watch the wife. So some people get off on this, but Jesus, man, if you're feeling extremely hurt, it's not meant to feel extreme hurt. If anything, you should be turned the fuck on. So you got to get out, man. You got to get out while you still fucking can. Holy Jesus. And I get it. Listen, I'm a kid of divorce. So if you've got a daughter, if you do turn around, your kid's going to be okay. And listen, it doesn't matter how old your kid is. Seriously, I'm genuinely, because, hey, I know this. It doesn't matter how young your kid is or how old your kid is. They're going to be okay. And it toughens kids up in a good way, right? In a good way. Because you do have the realization that your parents are split. It was the perfect thing. Hey, not every relationship is bulletproof and invincible, and therefore they will be probably slightly picky when it comes to an actual relationship with someone from now on. And they won't go jumping into the deep end, right? And again, I can't speak for every single person, but I'm saying most. They won't go jumping in. They'll be a little bit more self-aware, I guess you could call it. And they mightn't just hook up with the wrong person here. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. They'll be a little pickier. Should be anyway. And here's an interesting one, guys. Coming completely off dating just for now. It's kind of a bit of more of a random one today here. But nighttime snacking, actually. It was interesting. I've seen this here, the do's and don'ts of nighttime snacking, right? And I just want to go through this and maybe I can help you here. Because I found a good... I suppose, what would you call it, an approach to how I sort of cut down on junk food. I love my junk food, guys. I have my moments. But I do find a very, very effective way for me. The once a day or the once a week or the once a month approach. So I'll just tell you about that now in just 2 seconds. So they're saying here, nighttime snacking can be disruptive to your sleep pattern, but certain foods can help you get a good night's sleep. Right. They do say, do eat peanut butter. Making peanut butter a part of your late night healthy snack can enhance your quality of sleep, as well as stabilize your blood sugar levels and support muscle growth. Well, I didn't know that about peanut butter, but maybe it's true, maybe not. They're saying here, full of key nutrients like heart-healthy fats, vitamins, minerals, and more. Peanut butter also contains sleep-inducing chemical tryptophan to help your body relax into sleep mode. Okay? Nuts like almonds, walnuts, and cashews also promote a healthy sleep schedule thanks to their mixture of melatonin, magnesium, and zinc. They also say dark chocolate in moderation, at least an hour before bed, can result in a more productive night's sleep. The properties found within dark chocolate are known to promote the production of serotonin, a chemical which is directly linked to calmness and relaxation. Popcorn. Jesus, I never thought popcorn would be on the list. Rich in fiber and carbs, popcorn supports the production of the feel-good chemical serotonin, one of the most important components of a great sleep. Like many of the sleep-promoting foods, popcorn makes tryptophan, which unlocks melatonin and serotonin to regulate your sleep schedule. Now they say here, don't eat tomatoes. If eaten throughout the day for breakfast, lunch or dinner, tomatoes are a great source of vitamin C and potassium. However, if consumed too close to bedtime, they can cause havoc on your sleep due to their high acid, which can lead to indigestion, heartburn, and acid reflux. Crisps. Oh, the dreaded bags of crisps. These popular nighttime snacks are dehydrating because of the amount of salt in each pack. It's recommended to avoid salty foods for at least 2 to 3 hours before bed. They say toast as well. Jesus, I didn't think toast would make it on this list. If you can't resist a slice of toast before bedtime, avoid using white bread, and it is packed with refined carbohydrates. These not only give you a rush of energy, but they also disrupt your sleep pattern as your blood sugar crashes during the night. Wheat bread is an excellent sub due to its high levels of fiber and complex carbohydrates. Okay, well I think guys we're going to almost finish off the podcast today. We'll close it off, but what I want to talk about here before we go, I really do find this helpful for me. You see, I think it's about being very, very self-aware of how we tick, what puts us into a mode where we look for comfort food, what's our trigger. Because I believe Peter can actually behave... Oh my god, I'm sorry guys, I just burped on the podcast. Excuse me, good lord, where did that come from? So sorry, you're probably never listening to me again. But I believe that everybody ticks different, and Peter might react to stress differently than John down the road or Mary down the road, right? Whereas John or Mary will react differently in this type of scenario. And then John or Mary will always go to the comfort food because they've had a stressful day at work. Whereas Peter mightn't do it, but Peter might do it at the fucking weekend, right? When he's drinking and he's fucking devouring everything. Or Peter could go on a fucking 2-month junk food binge, whereas Mary and John wouldn't do it. They might just have every little now and then certain snacks. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's very number one. Have to know where you break down, what makes you tick. Now for me, what I discovered, guys, was that if I go cold turkey on something, all of a sudden mentally I have this sort of dark grey hurricane come in, right? I feel pressure. I feel like I'm a man walking on a fucking deck here and a pirate's about to just send me over the edge. Right? And then I can possibly get a little bit grumpy. And then I mightn't even actually stick to it at all. Now, if I find, and it's so weird, I'll never forget the first time I was self-aware about this. First time I got self-aware about something is, hey Peter, maybe we shouldn't be going cold turkey on this here. Just do it gradually. All of a sudden, it was like all the pressure in the world washed off me. I couldn't believe the relief that came over me. Like, Jesus, what's going on with me here? What's up? So, but it freed me up to slow down first of all. Now, what was it? I think it was Tato's and chocolate actually. This was the first time it really, because I was like, oh, Peter, you're eating way too much here, buddy. Jesus Christ. So it allowed me, I did the once a week rule. Now, I did a podcast on this actually recently, the power of once a month goals. But for now, we'll just go with the power of once a week, right? You could do this for once a month, once a fucking day, whatever you want to do. But I did it for once a week, whereas I was having 2 bars of chocolate a fucking day, right? Crazy. For me now, that's like, oh my God, what's wrong? So what I did for the first week, I went down to 1.5 bars. The second week, I went down to 1 bar. The week after, I went down to, guess what? A half a bar. And then quarter bar. And then I just had every now and then one little block of chocolate. So for me, it freed me up in my head. It made me completely relax and actually gave me the confidence to know that I can do this. And I think it's very important, guys, when you pick up a bit of momentum with these type of scenarios, you need to get the confidence going through this to know that you can get to the finish line. And the more confidence you pick up and get momentum behind you, it's a lot easier then to continue on. Like not all of us, a lot of us are concerned, oh, we need to do this in cold turkey and fucking this, blah, 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 right? And we put a huge pressure on ourselves. Why? Draw it out over a few weeks. Draw it out over fucking a few months. It helps. It really does. And let's say a year from now, if you do it really slowly, but now you're finally off the chocolate or the cigarettes or the fucking booze, whatever it is, you won't be looking back going, oh, for fuck's sake, oh, I should have done it ages ago. As in, no, that sounds wrong. What I mean is in terms of, you might say about, that you should have done it years ago, right? But again, maybe you just didn't know. But maybe what you won't be saying, oh, well, look, I should have gone cold turkey on it. Like the fact that you're off it now, right? You're done. Closure on the deal. You'll feel good and you won't look back and go, I should have gone cold turkey. I should have done it faster. Why would you? You're off it now. It's done. Green tick the box here, like. So anyway, my point is, guys, a lot of people do get into these snacks, you know? So just lighten the load. Relax with yourself. Have your bag of popcorn. Have a fucking 3/4 of a bag of popcorn. And throw the rest into the goddamn bin. You can do it. You can do it. It's only a small amount, you know? And then, once you feel a bit better, you'll go down to half a bag. And you know what, guys, if you've never done this approach, right, what you do find is even if you go down to the quarter bag, we'll go with the example of popcorn, the example of quarter bag of popcorn now instead of cutting them out completely. You eat 3/4 of a bag of popcorn instead of the full one every night. All of a sudden, you take that tiny little fucking step and you go, hey, okay, look, I'm still eating popcorn, but okay, I didn't eat the full amount actually. Huh. And then you start to realize there's light at the end of the tunnel. You're like, Jesus, I did it. I was able to do it. Now you get a bit of confidence. Huh. I bet you I can do a half a bag actually. I can fucking do this. I can fucking do this. Anyway, guys, look, maybe it's an interesting approach. Maybe not. But if cold turkey doesn't work for you, maybe you can try something else. You know? Maybe you can try something else. So, anyway, guys, hopefully that helps. And today was just a bit of a random podcast, really, wasn't it? Talking about all sorts of stuff. And, of course, we will be back. We'll be back with plenty of more. Oh, and did anybody see it? If anybody's listening here in Ireland, Cillian Murphy, baby. What a boy. What a boy. Cillian Murphy wins the Oscar. Oh, so happy for him. So happy. Actually, I was in the same school as Cillian Prez in Cork City. My home. My baby. Good old Prez boy. And Cillian, actually, I was in brother with his class. So I don't know Cillian. Never met him. Never have. But it's just great to see Cillian Murphy winning the Oscar. But poor old Ireland in rugby, huh? Jesus God. Well, or maybe you wouldn't say poor old Ireland. We've won so much anyway. But hey, congratulations to the English team. They did a fucking great job, man. Oh my God. It was a shock to the system. There's no doubt about it. Couldn't believe England won. But hey, they did it. They did it. Well done to any of my English overseas listeners, or if you're in Ireland, wherever you are, congratulations. It was a brilliant, excellent result by England, and they 100% deserved it. Simple as that. Simple as that. But that's the great thing about the Six Nations Rugby, guys, if you do watch it. And if you haven't seen it, what's it called again? On Netflix. Even for my American, Canadian, Australian overseas listeners, guys, if you haven't watched rugby before, check out Netflix documentary, the Full Contact. Actually, that's what they call it. Six Nations Rugby Full Contact, I think. But anyway, even if you type in Full Contact, you'll find it. It's actually good. It's quite good. It's very dramatic and entertainment. So if you want to watch rugby, check that out. So guys, I love you all, and I will be back again, of course, tomorrow. And we'll be back with plenty of live TikTok recordings once I get my ban gone. Okay, guys. Listen, thanks for listening. I love you all. Take care. Bye-bye.